traders, and welcome to another educational video brought to you through FXCL. FXCL, Excellence in Trading. Traders, welcome to the Friday wrap-up, which we do every Friday after the New York session. Traders, it's May 30th, 2014. I'm coming to you from, well, it's bright and sunny in Pattaya, Thailand, and it is hot. Traders, great to come with you today, and glad you're with me. All right, let's get to some commentary and some charts, but before we do that, let me introduce myself to you. Traders, my name is William Gilday. I will be your moderator today and every day through our educational video series. Traders, I started trading in 2006 when I was part-time trading, and I traded at night in the wee hours of the night and then went to work the next day. Fortunately, 2 years later, I retired from a great 27-year career in the fire rescue department in the great state of Florida. 9 days after I retired, I got on the Big Bird, came over to Thailand, came to Pattaya, Thailand, and traders, it's 2014, and I'm still here. Traders, I got to tell you, I absolutely love what I do. It's so important that if you got a career, you might as well love what you do, and this is my second career in life, and it has just been absolutely fantastic. My trading is great. Sitting in front of my charts is great. Sitting in front of my computer is great. I don't know, it doesn't get any better than that. And I live in a superb country. Yeah, it has its problems, but on the bright side of things, 90% of it, it's great. And I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad the great country of Thailand lets me to stay here. Lets me stay here and enjoy the benefits of living in such a beautiful country. And I have to tell you, the Thai people are absolutely fantastic. Traders, let's get over to our risk disclaimer. The legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, if you are trading funds that is your expense money, please take a deep breath and think about what you're doing. And maybe you need to go to a demo account where you can practice your trading until your financial situation allows you to trade safely and non-stress about money. All right, traders, you can always go to www.fxclearing.com for your trading needs and trading education at a good spot to pick up that demo account. All right, traders, let's get over to this week's commentary. And just wanted to say a couple of things about this week. This week was kind of interesting. We started the week off on Monday, and it was a very, very slow day. Not a lot going on. Then we got to the middle of the week, and we had some data come out. We had some data come out of the United States, and it was bad data. The numbers came out bad. I have to tell you the truth, traders. I ignored it. I did not think that was going to shake the market like it did. And the dollar became extremely, extremely weak as Fed Chairwoman Yellen is very optimistic and positive in the recovery, and they are staying on track with their tapering, and they have basically said there is no way they are going to print money again, and the tapering program is on track, and it will stop, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the year. And I was really shocked that this little bit of bad data came out that basically was saying that housing in the United States, new homes, was slowed down. Well, there's a lot to do with that. One is they've had horrible weather, and now they're coming around, and people just don't have the funds to go out there and buy new homes. So I was a little surprised at the way that happened. Later in the week, we had more data come out. We had some bad data out of the UK. The markets reacted, but not drastically. I think the markets on the pound pairs basically went the opposite direction over the dollar weakness, not the negative pound news. And then on Thursday, and we again had bad data out of the US, and the dollar just got very, very weak. I don't think the euro got strong. I don't think the pound got strong. I think it was dollar weakness that caused that kind of reaction in the markets. Because if you looked at a pair like the Euro-Aussie continued to be bearish and continued to drop, even though the euro was supposedly strong. Well, like I said, it was dollar strength and not euro strength. So my commentary is we're going to look at next week, and we have a full trading week ahead, which I'm really glad to hear. And we're going to basically really follow the trends, and we're going to really concentrate on these higher time frame charts and trade on the lower time frame charts, but really paying attention to what's going on. Get out over your 2-day break, your candlestick cards, books, and study candlestick patterns, because I think that's going to come an issue in the coming week as we trade and hopefully make some profits. All right, traders, let us look at some daily charts. This is something new that I'm doing in the Friday wrap-up, where we're taking a look at a lot of daily charts because we're able to see basically how the week went and where we're standing right now. It is really amazing that support and resistance on these daily charts have made significant impact in the way these currency pairs are trading. They are respecting these levels on these daily charts. All right, I think we've got 7 charts we're going to take a look at. Let's go. Okay, this is the euro dollar. Again, look at this. If you look at this spatially, you can see that this currency pair is bearish. It's absolutely bearish. It's taken out all the lows. It's got higher lows. Lower lows, lower highs, and it just continues to do that. What happened in the last 2 days? Thursday and then yesterday. Yesterday was probably due to the data, but I think more was that I mentioned this in my market open preview that I give to you all before the London Open, that there was going to be position squaring. Traders were going to be taking their profits off the market and put the profits in their bank. So I think that was more of that. But more interesting than that was that we were closed below the 200 exponential moving average, continued to stay below, could not close above it. And now we are in our 7th day close, which is the last candle, and we still have not closed above that 200 exponential moving average. So my bias still remains. We are bearish in the euro dollar till proven otherwise. Okay, let's head over to the pound dollar. Here's the pound dollar daily chart. Now, this is pretty interesting. This has been a seesaw motion here, and we saw this pair was really in the upside, was really gaining some momentum, and now we're in this range, but now it hasn't taken out. If you look left of the chart, you can see that doji with that big wick. It hasn't taken that out, and I mentioned this a couple of days ago that until it takes that out, I'm still going to remain bullish in this pair. But again, I don't think the pound is strong. I just think the dollar is strong and the pound is not strong. The pound is weak. So going to keep an eye on our pound dollar. And as you know, traders, I've been very, very bullish with the pound dollar. It's been, over the last 3 months, it's been a really nice ride. But I think we might be coming to the end of the ride. We're going to have to watch that and be very cautious in our trade plans. Traders, let's go over to another one. Let's hit the Aussie dollar. This is the daily chart. Really not much to say about this. Again, we're in a range, but we're in like a 200 pip range, which is fine. But look at the 200 exponential moving average. Yes, that line on my chart is a 200 exponential moving average. And traders, it has not closed below that line significantly where it would make any impact. And we are still above the 200. And I'd have to say we have to stay bullish in this chart until it breaks and closes below that 200 exponential moving average on the daily. Remember, traders, this is a commodity pair, so we need to be aware of data that comes out, reference our commodity pairs, and will that make an influence on our trades? All right, let's head over to the New Zealand dollar. I like this pair. This is a nice, easy-going pair. If you're new to trading, this is a pair that you should start trading. This is a great little pair to trade. It moves slowly. It doesn't whipsaw all over the place, and its data comes out of New Zealand, and absolutely markets react to it. It's a very nice pair. You can see this pair is now turned into what we call an old man easing into a hot bath. You can see that where it's moved up, and now it's basically made like a C, right? A turn to the downside. So now we have to see how this is going to react. It's currently at support right now. See if this breaks this, but right under that is that 200 exponential moving average. So we'll just take this in stride. But the New Zealand is not strong. So this is why the last 2 candles have shown dojis, because what happened was in the last 2 days with that data coming out, the dollar had become weak, and now we ended the last 2 trading days, Thursday and Friday, with dojis. Indecision. We'll have to see how this goes next week. All right, let's head over to one of my favorites, and that is the Euro Aussie. This pair, look at this spatially. Traders, if you look at this chart right off the bat, what's the first thing you come up with is this is in a downtrend, and you're correct, it is in a downtrend. So what are we going to do here? Well, the problem is we're at support, traders, on this daily chart. We are at support. Now, this reflects down as we go down lower into our currency pairs. So we are at support, we're bearish, but I'm not eager to jump into this right at the moment. We're going to have to see what happens on Monday, and I would think probably Monday there's not going to be a trade in this pair. We're going to have to wait till Tuesday and see if we can get some direction. If it breaks out from that support, that'll be great. But what are you going to see on your lower time frames? Traders, you're going to see an uptrend. With this spike from support on the last candle of the week, this has moved up significantly, and you're going to see on your 15-minute time frame and your 1-hour time frame, it is going to show that we are in an uptrend. So we have to be careful with that, and I wouldn't mind taking that back down, keeping in mind the daily chart and where is support exactly. And I did not mark that on the chart. So if I was going to trade this, I'd come back to the daily and make sure you have that price level of where that support ends, and don't try to trade below that because you know it's going to bounce. We know it's going to bounce. It's a daily chart. All right, traders, let's head over to the beast. This is the pound yen. Oh my gosh, is this ugly or what? This thing is in a range. It's just not giving us any kind of direction. The problem is the pound was strong, the yen was strong. Now the yen is weak, then the yen is strong. So I don't know what this is. We're just going to have to sit on our hands and wait and see what kind of reaction we can get. And I think it's not the pound's fault. I think it's the yen's fault why this pair is just not doing it. But we're at resistance here. I mean, if you look at this chart spatially, this is absolutely resistance at this 170.71 area. So we're at resistance here. And I'm not real eager to jump into this with, like 20 pips, 25 pips and trade into resistance, right? So I'm going to hold back on this. We're not going to do anything on this pound yen. They call it the beast for a reason, so we don't want to get beaten up by the beast. So I think we're going to have to wait. And again, I think we're going to have to wait till Tuesday to see what kind of reaction we get with this currency pair. Traders, let's head over to our last pair of the day. This is the Aussie yen, another one. Look at this range on this daily chart. Just all over. And why? Well, the yen is strong, the yen is weak. It's all over the place. And the Aussie has been weak and then has been strong. So the Aussie's been up and down, but the second half of this week, the Aussie has been strong. Like from Wednesday on, the Aussie has been strong. So I think that's why we're seeing that if you take the last, say, 12 candles, you can see where that up mode went. And then you can see where we're at resistance again. So I'm sure not going to want to buy it here at this price level. So even on our lower time frames, we need to see some pullbacks, because on your lower time frames, you're going to see this as being bullish. So it's going to be interesting on Monday. Traders, I know we went over a little bit on this session, but there was a lot to talk about and some good stuff going into next week. And I think it's important that we reviewed these daily charts. And we're going to probably do this a lot, going over the daily charts at the end of our week to give us a commentary on our news and what to expect in the next week. I think next week's going to be a fun trading week. Traders, on behalf of FXCL Excellence in Trading, and myself, William Gilday, thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you at the beginning of our trading week in the Asia session. Remember, traders, the Market Open Preview is brought to you every trading day before the London Open. Traders, have a great break, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.